And what kid doesn't have bruises on their legs? There she is with the shorts, because it was pajama day that all these schools have. At the last week of school, they have a pajama day, usually on the Monday or the Friday. And she sees a little bruise there on her thigh. And it's a little bitty. I've seen it, just a little bitty thing. And from walking into a table, kids always, she has a few little bruises, on her legs, like my kids do from gymnastics and running and jumping. Little tiny ones. You can barely see them. This is normal, though. I mean, with me, I was cuts everywhere and black eyes and, broken fingers because I was wild and skateboarding by the time I was 10, huge scrapes on me, missing half the skin on my back. I would have been gone in today's society. But just to finish this up here, and we're going to go to them, get the timeline clear, and we have the name of the counselor and everybody here, just absolutely disgusting. And to them, this is normal. Oh, we have to do the secret police, because if it saves one child, better that 10 innocent kids be taken that one child abused doesn't. See, it's the opposite of 10 guilty men go free than one innocent. And, of course, again, the system's 5 times more likely to abuse you. That's key. These are people that are above the law and very bad on average in the system. And so then they interrogate her. They say, did your mom do that? And Haley said, no, my mom didn't do that. I hurt myself with my grandma. She walks into a table. You can see it. That's exactly what it is. You can see the corner. And then she said, well, does your mom spank you? Well, no, not really. I guess a few times, which, by the way, isn't illegal. Well, and, not lately. And then, okay, well, the next day the police show up. They take her to the nurse. They tell her, take your pants off. Because this day she's wearing jeans. And she says, she's wearing them here yesterday when she came. She said, well, no. And they said, do it right now or you're in trouble. And the police told her to do it. So she pulls her pants off. And she's very embarrassed when she's talking about this, and looked for other bruises and didn't find them, but took photos of the one little bruise. And then they may have gotten a protective snatch order. They won't say when I talk to them, but we're about to have the lawyers talk to them. We've got to wait till Janet can get off air and go talk to them, on the conference call. And so the police are there. They strip search her, and they say, your mother did this. And she said, no. And the policeman, they said wearing yellow shirt tucked into jeans. That's what they wear in Hays County a lot of the time, plain clothes. And then one in a uniform said, and she said male and female.
The CPS was a female.
Yeah, the CPS was a female. Male cop in there with a little girl in her panties, 8-year-old. Guess this is what they do. And they said, tell the truth or you're in trouble. And she said, no, they didn't do that. And I told you. And they said, you're going to get in trouble. You tell me right now. By the way, she wouldn't take her pants off. They said you're going to get in trouble. So, and then now their argument is, well, she took her pants off willingly. A minor, it doesn't work that way in the law, and you people know that. I'm going to call you scum. That's what you are. Violating her due process, not calling her parents. You said, take it off or you're in trouble. So you forced her. That'd be like if an adult grabbed a kid at a park and said, have sex with me or you're in trouble. You raped him. You can say, well, the little kid, did it when I told him to. Put a gun to a woman's head and say, I'm going to rape you. You raped him. Well, you forced her to take her pants off. Little 8-year-old. Okay. And you didn't find what you wanted. So you wanted to get in their house. So you start calling her at work at 3:00. And she was going to gymnastics then, threatening Janet Sanchez that you had to come meet at her house. They wanted to go to Janet's house, her house, just south of Austin here in Kyle, Babuta. Or is it Taylor? Taylor's north of here. I get all the names mixed up. Taylor's north.
We live in Kyle.
It's Kyle. It's Kyle. Yeah, I'm just so many facts. I know Taylor's north of us, folks, 20 miles. This is south. This is Kyle. Kyle. I have family in Kyle, not Taylor. And so they're down there in Buda, down by Niederwald and all that, south of Austin, in between here and San Marcos. And so, and correct me anytime I'm wrong, we're going to go to you in a moment. We got a lawyer coming up next hour. And so all of this goes on. And I tell her, I say, in my experience, and I'm online checking the law sources and things, I'm going to my things, most lawyers, like all lawyers we talk to and family, say, don't get a lawyer first, don't go home. They're going to force their way in, one dirty dish, one piece of dog hair. They're going to say it's neglect. You heard about the 2 blonde-haired kids from the last lady being taken for sleeping on mats when their house burned down, even though they'd be sleeping on those at the Salvation Army. They'll be sleeping in a cage once they're in CPS hands. And I said, no, call her. I said, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but what I would say, meet her at a gas station and even see what she says. She calls back. She goes, okay, I'll meet you at the Dutch Roll Shell. And I said, okay, we'll drive to the parking lot and see if there's an unmarked or marked police car with her. She gets there in 5 minutes. She goes, oh, my God, I'm here in the parking lot. There's a guy, looks like he has a gun on his side with a T-shirt partway over it. He's at her car. He's driving a black Mercury unmarked, and he's at the window with the lady. I go, okay, drive out of the parking lot, call her, ask if she's there. Yes, she's there. Okay, that's pretty much her. You know, but she didn't like it when I called her this morning and said, we saw you in the parking lot with your little friend. She starts shaking. Oh, sir, oh. You know, the point is, this is how these creeps operate. They wouldn't tell you, we want to talk to you. Well, the talking was going to be, you sign this paperwork, and don't worry, you'll get your daughter back, just sign it. Boom, they'd have taken her. They get you to waive your rights, or they had the court order. But they won't say, so we're not violating court order. These phony things, but they always fill them out wrong, too, so they can, that's official oppression. We'll catch them in that. There's lots of stuff. We're going to get them.
Right.
To me, I don't want a Lamborghini Testarossa or a Lamborghini Countach. I don't want a supermodel. I don't want a castle. I want criminals to go to prison, the government criminals. To me, this is like piles of diamonds to defeat them, to crush them. Okay, I mean, literally, I want the treasure, the jewel of liberty. And so it's anyways, I want everybody else to learn how to deal with them. So when we come back, we're going to go to you guys. I just wanted to lay this out. So then they start calling your mother, trying to intimidate her, and they say she's not allowed to have the child, but doesn't, give her the authority, just tells her, hey, slave, that's how they do. You've got to have, really, they were just wanting to have her take over there so they could get her, making her mom feel important. You have to come get her because she lives near you. You have to come get her. She's not allowed to stay with your daughter anymore, the mother anymore. So that right there means they're either threatening without the order, which is a big official oppression, going around ordering people around. A cop can't come to your house. A CPS can come to your house and say, come polish come wax my car. They can't say, do my nails. They can't say, unpack my garage. Well, they can't come and say, you will now take your daughter here. And again, even when they get these court orders, which they probably don't have, they may have now, they're fake. Just like they write blank warrants to take blood at checkpoints in Austin without warrants. It's not real.
Right.
This is America. This is not Russia. This is not China. This is precious and liberty that we have here, ladies and gentlemen. So the government's not God. The police are not God. And these CPS workers sure aren't God. They have not 1/110th the authority police or sheriff's deputies have. So all of this is going on. All of this is happening, and so now we're getting our lawyers, we're going through this, we're fighting this. But remember, this is happening to everybody. This could happen to you next. When you put your children in public schools, and now most private are, quote, complying for their insurance and regulations, they bring your children in, guilty until proven innocent, with snooping operations like the Soviet Union to break up the family. And I have the textbooks. They teach the social workers saying the family's a disease belonging to the prehistoric times and must be abolished and replaced with kids in cages getting one bologna sandwich a day and a bag of chips. So, or sent to Saudi Arabia, literally, that's on record, to slave pits. We'll be right back with the family.